Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video day, and today we're going to be talking about the San Antonio Spurs potentially trading the second overall pick for Giannis Antetokounmpo. There have been rumors about the San Antonio Spurs potentially trading for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and now there's been, since the Spurs got the second overall pick, the talks have heated up, and I'm sure at the Bucks, that's an asset that they like to acquire at that second overall pick. Add to all the draft picks the San Antonio Spurs have alongside that, and then the young players that they have that the Bucks can receive. I think it is a promising potential deal for this, for this San Antonio Spurs team, and Milwaukee could be one of the best. It could be one of the best, teams that they can potentially try to get a deal with all the assets that the Spurs have. And the second overall pick just is a added asset for the San Antonio Spurs team, if you ask me. And I don't know. I think if we're going to ask the question, should the Spurs trade this second overall pick for Giannis Antetokounmpo, I would say the answer is hell yeah. But what else would be added to the deal? Because honestly, if you're the Bucks, if you're getting the second overall pick, would you be crazy if you asked for Stephon Castle as well? Because we're talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo here, the 9-time All-Star, the guy that would be the MVP this season in all likelihood, if it wasn't for the insanity we saw from from Nikola Jokic and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, technically, if you ask me, Giannis this season and last season, probably to me, was better than he was in his MVP seasons. Maybe defensively not as much. Defensively, he was the defensive player of the year in the 2019-20 season when he won MVP. 2018-19 season when he won MVP, he was runner-up. So maybe defensively he's a lot better, but he's still good defensively. But offensively, to me, Giannis Antetokounmpo is much better than he was in those seasons. Averaged 30.4 points per game this season. His MVP season averaged 29.5, 27.7. He didn't play with a guy like Damian Lillard in those seasons. He had Chris Middleton, but he didn't have a guy like Dame in those MVP seasons. He had Dame and still averaged 30.4 points per game this year. He averaged 12 rebounds per game. And, field goal percentage this year for Giannis was 60%, which way better than his MVP seasons. So honestly, if it wasn't for Jokic and Shai this year, we'd be talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo being the MVP. And you could look at last year and say the same thing. Giannis had an MVP type season last year, and so that's something I look at with how talented he was this year. He should have a third MVP, but Shai and Jokic are just insane. But he's still a 9-time All-Star, an 8-time All-NBA. Is it that crazy if the Spurs would try to get Stephon Castle for him? I don't think so. But I don't think the Spurs are going to give up the second overall pick and then give up their rookie of the year in the same trade, even if it is for Giannis. And so that's what I would say. But Giannis in a deal goes to the Spurs, and especially when you only got Giannis locked up for 3 seasons, which, if you had Giannis for 4 or 5 seasons, I would say, okay, yeah, Steph Castle was a great rookie season. We'll see you later. But that's not the case. You've got Giannis for only 3 seasons. I think you're looking at Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, and Keldon Johnson getting all packaged up together with the second overall pick, maybe even the 14th overall pick sprinkled with it. I would say maybe even you could look at, moving away Atlanta's 2027 first-round pick, which would be a very valuable first-round pick, and you call it a deal. So 3 firsts, maybe add in a 4th first, I don't know, with Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, and Keldon Johnson for Giannis is what I would say. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think the San Antonio Spurs should trade the second overall pick and others, other draft picks, other players to the Milwaukee Bucks for Giannis? I think you'd be looking at Vassell, Barnes, Keldon Johnson, pick 2, pick 14, one of Atlanta's first-round picks, most likely 2027, maybe other second-round picks headed to Milwaukee in the deal. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Peace out.